I'm 23, female, a devout Pentecostal Christian, and I'm in my first ever relationship, which has lasted 3 years. I met my boyfriend at university abroad, and we became close friends before falling in love. He's a wonderful person, he treats me well, takes care of me, and has been there through tough times. At the beginning of our relationship, he told me he was Pentecostal too, but a few months in, he revealed that his parents somehow follow someone named William Branham. From what I've learned, Branham is a controversial figure. His family believes that Branham is essentially Jesus 2.0, the second coming of Christ, and that anyone who doesn't follow him will perish. They keep these beliefs private, and while my boyfriend doesn't fully agree with them, he says, "I don't know what's right." This revelation shocked me because I didn't expect it. I tried to talk to him logically about it, but he always responds with uncertainty. We almost broke up over it, but I couldn't let him go because I love him deeply. I've been praying, hoping God will guide him to the truth. Lately, though, I've been feeling more and more conflicted, especially as we talk about the future. He seems to lean towards his family's belief, saying he finds their doctrines interesting and other teachings boring. We've discussed kids, and I don't want my children growing up with these beliefs. I suggested a compromise where we don't reveal the Branham part to our kids until they're mature enough to decide for themselves. He hasn't agreed to this and seems unsure. Even if he does agree, I worry he might become more firm in his faith later and insist on raising our kids in his beliefs. Everything about our relationship is perfect except for this issue. I want God to be the center of our relationship, but it feels impossible. At the same time, I can't imagine life without him. We've been through so much together. The thought of never seeing or talking to him again is unbearable. I also have eczema, and he has helped me immensely with it. I am also scared that I won't find anyone who would accept me with scars and this skin condition. I'm really torn. Should I stay in this relationship and marry him or let it go? I would really appreciate your advice. So, that's a tough situation, which, yeah, my heart goes out to this user because it's very hard when you are in a situation where there's something that seems to be a barrier to relationships, a barrier to finding people, and somebody isn't blocked by that barrier. Somebody isn't worried about it. And you feel like you found this person, and so no one else will love me like this person. I can't let them go no matter what, which is tricky. It also sounds like you are not compatible spiritually, which is the most important factor in especially a Christian relationship, because you need to be on the same page with your faith if you are going to be on the same page in anything else in your lives, because it all comes down to that as the base. If I'm Catholic and I'm with somebody who is Protestant, there's going to be a lot of tension there because of how we live out our faith. Same with this situation. I don't know much about William Branham, but if anybody considers anybody other than Christ to be Christ 2.0, that's a big red flag to me. And it should be to you. It sounds like it is to you. And so one thing I would say is trust God, pray about it, and know that if it is God's plan for you to find a husband, God will provide somebody who is following him like you are, and somebody who is following him and not a false prophet. And so you need to break up with this man. It's been 3 years, so it's going to be hard. It's going to be painful. It's going to be very, very sad. But for your sake, in your faith and your ministry to grow and be healthy, you need to remove him. For his faith, you should be praying for him, and removing him is part of how you can love him, in that he knows, my faith, trusting in Jesus, being biblical, is more important to me than our relationship. And so until you see that, we can't be together. We can't date, because I want to have a biblical marriage that glorifies God and pushes his name, glorifies his name. And if he's not all in on that, he can't be, because he's not sure what he believes about somebody who claims something that is false. And if he can't see apparent falseness as falseness, then you don't want him being in a relationship with you, certainly not a marriage with you. So it's hard. It's really sad, but for both of your benefit, you need to let him go.